Here among all these grand men was this little slip of a girl.
So I was one of the high priestesses of arms control. I used to count how many warheads could dance on the head of an SS-18.
Condoleezza Rice's father took her to the White House. She was 10 years old. They looked at the White House. She said, I want to be there.
We couldn't have a hamburger at a Woolworth's lunch counter, but they had me convinced I could be president of the United States if I wanted to be.
We're talking about a little girl who grew up in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. She'd gone from that place in her life all the way up to literally the right hand of the President of the United States.
This is not a woman who thinks in seconds or minutes. This is a woman who thinks in decades.
There's a famous story about how Condoleezza Rice and George W. Bush are in the UN, and he actually passed a little note to Rice. What the note said was, can I go to the bathroom? You have a president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, who literally would not go to the bathroom without asking permission of Condoleezza Rice.
Condoleezza Rice was on the board of the Chevron Corporation. She picked empire and colonialism over being a concert pianist.
On January 24th of 2001, I wrote a memo to Condoleezza Rice asking for, urgently, underlined, urgently, a cabinet-level meeting to deal with the impending al-Qaeda attack.
It did not warn of attacks inside the United States. It was historical information.
Essentially, the briefing says there are going to be multiple spectacular attacks against the United States. We believe these attacks are imminent. Mass casualties are likely.
We don't want the smoking gun to be a mushroom cloud.
There are critics who say that there was a Condi before 9/11 and a Neo-Condi after 9/11.
She walked in with all the credentials for having principles, and in the process of joining that unholy alliance for the crusade in Iraq, she rose above principle.
She sat in the White House with these torture meetings and decided what torture to use on what person.
What we knew about how they operated and what they might be planning was very, very minimal until we were able, after September 11th, to get new tools.
These, quote, enhanced interrogation methods included waterboarding, fingernail extraction, and sleep deprivation. Rice signed off on these techniques, saying, "This is your baby, go do it."
When I was not being beaten, I was put in a waiting room so that I could hear the screams of other prisoners.
Multiple CIA directors say that we saved lives with the information that was gleaned.
Mutilation, using razor blades to cut into your genitals. These are very, very brutal forms of torture.
Condoleezza Rice has massively committed war crimes.
I don't believe that anybody is above the law. And obviously we're going to be looking at past practices.
This study has found that you, Madam Secretary, made 56 false statements to the American people.
I want to interview Condoleezza Rice when she was buying Ferragamo shoes on Fifth Avenue and went to see Spamalite while people were drowning.
We went through such consequential times. We made such difficult decisions.
History will say that Condi Rice was one of the great secretaries of state our country has ever had.
Condoleezza Rice should be in fucking jail.
I have no regrets.